Here's the most honest video I've ever made, and that's saying a lot. If you are validating a franchise and the owners that you're bumping into are saying, you know what, it's really hard to find and retain good employees in this business, and that gives you pause, I want it to give you pause. Because if you're not willing to wake up and solve for the problem of how can I become a leader who attracts good employees to me and then keeps those employees, then you're right. You shouldn't own a franchise business that involves hiring, training, leading teams of people. If you thought that business ownership was going to be easy peasy, then shame on you. Business always has a problem to solve for. Every single candidate I work with wants to be the CEO. But you know what? If you're not willing to solve for the two primary problems of a business, one being finding and retaining good employees, and the second being acquiring customers, those two problems are the primary problems every business owner faces. And to the extent that you're willing to grow and master sales and management of employees is the extent to which you get to back up and be the CEO of the company that you're dreaming about having today. So let me say it a little bit clearer. If you're out there validating a franchise and people that you bump into are not making the kind of money that you want to make, or they're telling you that it's really hard to find and retain good employees, what I'm saying is their validation should mean absolutely nothing to you other than they are not yet mastering the problems that are theirs to master in their business. And that has nothing to do with you. We're not here to judge. We're here to gather information. And in this video, I want to make it perfectly clear. Every business has a thing. And to the extent that you can master the thing, you get to be, do, and have the business of your dreams. How do I know this? I was an average performing consultant for 8 years. I was not mastering my thing. In my ninth year, I woke up and was like, oh, I'm not really a consultant. I'm really a prospector. Because if I wanted to make more money, the limiting factor to me making more money is helping more people. But if I wanted to help more people, I had to know more people. So that's when I woke up and said, you know what? I need to develop some prospecting skills. So I put my head down and I followed through. And 1 year later, I had changed my life and changed history in my industry. I grew my revenue by 350% in one 12-month period by focusing on the thing. Nothing external to me changed. So if you're validating a franchise and you think that the validation you're hearing about sales being low, aka revenue not being where you want it to be, or it being hard to find employees, I would challenge you to say, well, those owners are not owning what's theirs to master and control. So can I be a better owner? Or is that not a problem that I want to wake up and solve for? Because here's the thing. If you can't ask yourself an honest question and answer it, then you shouldn't invest in the franchise business. Every business has a thing. And to the extent that you are willing to master that thing, that's when you will have control of your business. So for the last 13 years, I've enjoyed the most epic run. I have made history and broken my own history. I've done every single thing I can think to do with growing this business, all because I recognized the thing was prospecting. And for the last 13 years, I have woken up not to be a consultant, but to be a prospector. So, am I an amazing prospector today, 13 years later? You better believe it. But the first year that I did it, I had no skill. So don't sit out there and say, I can't do that. I've never done it. Neither had I. You can do it if you're willing to do it. A lot of people will say, well, I can't be Kim Daly. No, they can be Kim Daly because Kim Daly wasn't Kim Daly for the first 8 years. So don't argue for the limitation. Just admit, I'm not willing to do the work. And that's perfectly fine. But if you're out there validating a franchise and you're using what you're hearing in validation to play it safe, to stay on the sideline because you're not hearing in validation from other people what you want to hear, I'm challenging you to let go of what you're hearing in validation and own it. Because anything that anybody else is doing in their business ultimately has nothing to do with what you're capable of doing. And if I can help you understand more of this and achieve this goal of business ownership so you can fully own it and master it, well, I'd love to be your franchise consultant and your daily coach. Follow the link in the description right now. I can't wait to meet you.